I'd like to call to order open session at 7:03 p.m. I'd like to ask our student board member to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Land acknowledgement. We'd like to acknowledge that our district is on the ancestral land of the Cahuilla people, with whom we have a long-standing partnership. We are grateful for the opportunity to prepare future generations, teaching them to respect and contribute to their community and to continue the stewardship exemplified by the Cahuilla people. Roll call will reflect that all board members, as well as Cabinet and Superintendent Dr. May Volmar, are present. We also have joining us our student board member, Adrian, I can't roll my R's, Renteria Mata, representing Amistad High School. Approval of the minutes. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of October 7th, 2025?
So moved, Grant.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, calls for the question, preferential vote.
Aye.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 5-0 with one preferential vote. Board meeting addenda, Dr. May Volmar.
Yes, we have one this evening. Item number 33 actually has the wrong date for the next board meeting. It should read November 18th as the next regularly scheduled board meeting.
Thank you. Approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda of the regular meeting of October 21st, 2025?
Aye. I make a motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second, Porras.
Thank you, Linda. Any discussion? Hearing none, calls for the question. All those in favor, preferential vote.
Aye.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 5-0 with one preferential vote. Community, staff, and student recognition, Dr. May Volmar.
Yes, I actually would like to call Lizzie Hartman up to the podium for some recognitions that we have this evening, and I'll turn it over to her.
Good evening, board and cabinet, and all of our guests here tonight. My name is Lizzie Hartman, and I am part of our MTSS team. I'm here with my partner, Stephanie Hernandez. Her and Courtney Franklin are really responsible for helping our schools achieve these great awards that we're going to celebrate tonight. So let's get started. So Positive Behavioral Interventions and Support, PBIS, is an ongoing focus in Desert Sands as we work to systematically enhance school culture and climate, improving both behavioral and academic outcomes. Dedication and commitment to the students, families, and communities of your respective schools is a major contributing factor to the excellence in education in Desert Sands. The California PBIS recognition system acknowledges schools for implementing PBIS with fidelity to the national framework. 19, the largest number we've ever had, of our schools in Desert Sands applied for various awards and received recognitions. 2 of our schools received the highest honors through the California PBIS recognition system for their excellence in all tiers and will be receiving platinum awards tonight. Schools completed an in-depth evidence-based application process that Stephanie helped to co-lead, including a site validation visit to verify the fidelity of implementation across their systems. The acknowledgement awarded reflects the excellence in the implementation of the core features of PBIS. In addition to the schools name being displayed on the California PBIS webpage, posted on the 10th annual California PBIS conference in Sacramento earlier this month, we want to take an opportunity to recognize their accomplishments here with you tonight, and we have a couple goodies to give them as well. So I'm going to announce the sites, and then we actually have some friends from Riverside County. They're going to say a few words, and then we're going to invite the schools to come up, get their certificates and their banners, clap, 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 and then return to your seat. So let me introduce them as a whole first, and then we'll keep moving. All right, so the following sites achieved bronze awards: Carrillo Ranch Elementary, Dr. Carrion Academy, John F. Kennedy Elementary, and La Quinta Middle School. Let's give our bronze scores an award. We had one site achieve silver medal recognition, which is Monroe Elementary. Round of applause for Monroe. The following sites that are so close to going to that platinum, and I know many will get it this year, the following sites achieved gold awards for recognition, and here's a lot of them here, so here we go. Amistad, Desert Ridge Academy, Hoover Elementary, Indio High School, Jackson Elementary, John Glenn Middle School, Johnson Elementary, Abraham Lincoln Elementary, La Quinta High School, Madison Elementary, Reagan Elementary, and Roosevelt Elementary. A round of applause, please. And finally, we had two sites that demonstrate excellence and adherence to fidelity in all three tiers, which is an excellent accomplishment, and it is not an easy task. They actually change a lot of the requirements to make them much more rigorous, so this is a really big deal. But we had two sites that received platinum, and that is Amelia Earhart Elementary and Indio Middle School. All right, so before we welcome our sites to come forward and receive, we've created a banner for you to hang at your school sites and your certificates. I want to introduce and welcome our friends from Riverside County Office of Education, Denise Granger, Jasmine Fincher, who are PBIS coordinators, and then Myra Sanchez, who is an RCOE School Engagement and Wellness Unit Director. So thank you guys for being with us, and share a few words, please.
Thank you so much. Good evening, President Watson, Superintendent Mayvolmer, and members of the board. As we were just shared so graciously, I am Jasmine Fincher, and this is Denise Granger, and we are PBIS coordinators in the Student Engagement and Wellness Unit at Riverside County Office of Education. We are honored to partner with Desert Sands Unified in creating schools where students and adults feel connected, supported, and ready to succeed. And tonight's recognition reflects your district's ongoing commitment to that shared mission.
So, on behalf of RCOE, don't worry, you're not left out. You get your own banner. And this is really a symbol of your continued excellence toward positive behavioral interventions and supports, or PBIS. It represents hard work, collaboration, and the care that makes Desert Sands Unified a model for student success. So congratulations to each of the school sites and to the district team and to the board for your continued support, and thank you for leading this work to build positive, thriving school communities.
Or do we want to do one with the board? Do you guys want to do with the board in the back? You guys can do one. In the hallway? Oh. All right, so now we're going to give out our schools their certificates and their banners. So we'll ask that you come up, take your quick snap, and then return to their seat, and we'll call up the next school, okay? Our first school is Korea Ranch Elementary, Mr. Fosselman. I don't know. If someone takes a picture of them, I don't know. I know there's some people that are running deep here, so they might want photos. Okay. I feel like I'm setting up a photo booth here. All right. Our next is Dr. Carry On Academy. Don't get me in it. Our next school site is John F. Kennedy Elementary School. All right, followed by La Quinta Middle School. All right, we'll hang on to La Quinta Middle School. Next, going into silver, Monroe Elementary. Monroe. All right, next we have Amistad. We have a team from Amistad, we sure do. Where's Amistad? Oh, and Lisa, always up there. And Rich. The whole crew. Also for gold, Desert Ridge Academy. All right, next is Hoover Elementary. All right, now we have Madison Elementary. All right, next is Reagan Elementary. I know I saw Mr. Baldwin. Congratulations, Mr. Baldwin. Next, Roosevelt Elementary. Next is Johnson Elementary. Close enough.
Johnson.
Next is Jackson Elementary. You should just say that Congratulations. Now you got to get a photo. All right, followed by Indio High School. Congratulations, Indio High School. Next is John Glenn Middle School. All right, nice job, John Glenn. Next, we have Abraham Lincoln Elementary School.
Double duty.
Oh, he's going to take a picture of Mr. C. I got it. Congratulations. Oh, together. Okay, I'm sorry. Yes. All right, congratulations, Josh. Man, just these two schools doing all the work. God, I love it. Okay. Last one for gold is La Quinta High School. I think they... All right, our two platinum schools. I'm sorry, I interrupted the round of applause. Round of applause for our gold schools. Let's hear it for our platinum school. Our first school, Amelia Earhart Elementary. And our final school that I have a little bias to, and Toby is here, Indio Middle School. Toby has a GoPro on, is that right, Mr. Cully? Toby has a GoPro on tonight? Okay. Toby Vision, okay. Okay, very nice. And as someone that gets to sit on these teams and you see the hard work they do, yes, we had two schools in platinum, but I am telling you, all these schools, they choose which application they go for, and so many more of them will be able to move up to gold, to platinum in the next year. So I'm super excited next year to see all these schools shift up a level. So thank you guys so much.
Introduction of newer recently promoted employees, Dr. Hyde.
Hey, good evening. Thank you, Dr. Watson. I'm excited. I have 3 announcements and introductions to do, and I'd like to start with Juan Alvarado, our new security manager. Juan, please come on up. So a little bit about Juan. Juan's a longstanding and valued member of the Desert Sands Unified's team, worked in the security department. Juan has been with the district for over 15 years, beginning as a substitute in 2010, joining patrol in 2014, and now proudly serving as our new security manager. When he's not ensuring the safety of our district, Juan can often be found at the soccer park, coaching and cheering his sons, or at the local recreation center supporting his daughter's gymnastic endeavors. He wishes to express his thanks to his wife, Yasika, his children, Ishmael, Valentina, and Ivan, and his good friend, Albert Perales, who has made the last 15 years a great experience. Juan, I just want to remind you that your wife is here. And so please introduce any guests that you have and say a few words.
Good evening, members of the board, cabinet, Dr. May Valmer. Thank you for this amazing opportunity. I'm honored to be a part of this awesome leadership team. And of course, I want to introduce my wife, Jessica, my son, Ismael, Ivan, and my daughter, Valentina. Thank you again.
Next, it's my honor to invite Lizeth Rivera Lopez, the new assistant principal of Dr. Carrion Academy. Lizeth is a dedicated educator with 25 years of experience. She holds a bachelor's degree in liberal studies from California State University at San Bernardino and 2 master's degrees in reading and language arts and educational administration. Throughout her career, she has taught multiple grades from kindergarten to 6th, served as an academic coach, and most recently as an assistant principal for the last 7 years. As an administrator, Lizeth is committing to fostering a culture of mutual respect, clear communication, and inclusiveness while setting high expectations for all students and promoting collaboration amongst teachers, staff, and families. Outside of her professional life, Lizeth enjoys crafting, decorating, and exploring new places. She extends her gratitude to her parents, husband, children, and her work family for their unwavering support. Lizeth, welcome. Please introduce any guests you might have and say a few brief words.
I'm actually so excited that I have a few words, if you don't mind. Good evening, Superintendent May Balmar, members of the board, cabinet, and guests. My name is Lizeth Rivera, and it is with great pride and excitement that I stand before you today as the new assistant principal at Dr. Carrion Academy. This moment is truly an honor, and I'm beyond thrilled to have the opportunity to serve this incredible school community. Dr. Carrion is a place of innovation, hard work, and passion, and I look forward to building upon that foundation to support every student's academic and personal growth. As an avid elementary showcase school and medical magnet school, we have unique opportunities to provide our students with the tools and experiences that they need to succeed. It is my firm belief that collaboration is key to achieving lasting success. Dr. Strange and I are committed to work hand in hand to work with our students, teachers and staff, parents and community stakeholders to create an environment where every student has a voice and every student thrives. Thank you once again for entrusting me with this incredible opportunity. I would also like to take this moment to thank my husband, Joel, my children, Raul and Emilio, my parents, and all my friends and family who supported me every step of the way. I'm excited to embark on this journey with all of you. Let's make this year our best one yet, because guess what? Comets are on fire.
Okay, last but certainly not least, I'd like to invite Erasmo Garcia Romo, the new principal of Summit Horizon, to the dais. Mr. Garcia joins the Summit Horizon family with a Bachelor's of Arts degree in psychology from UC San Diego and a master's degree in learning and technology. He brings 29 years of service in education, including 22 years as a school administrator, spanning TK through 12th grade. Most recently, Mr. Garcia served as principal at Desert Ridge Academy. He is dedicated to building strong relationships and creative, inclusive, student-centered learning environments. He enjoys traveling and exploring cultures around the world with his family and friends. Mr. Garcia, welcome. Congratulations. Please introduce any guests you might have and say a few words.
With me today is my wife, Jessica, and my sister-in-law, Veronica. And if you see Jessica is super excited and smiling from ear to ears because we just had a grandbaby about 3 hours ago. And her name is Catalina Jessica, so she was named after her grandma, so that's pretty exciting. But she's also happy to be here for me today. Good evening, President Dr. Watson, members of the Board of Trustees, Superintendent, and members of Cabinet. I want to begin by acknowledging our Board of Trustees for your leadership, your commitment to creating thoughtful policies that truly support students, and for being kind and present for our schools. Thank you as well to our Superintendent and Cabinet. Our district is incredibly supportive and responsive to the needs of our sites, and that makes a tremendous difference in the work we do each day. I also want to give a special shout out to Desert Ridge Academy, home of the Diamondbacks, an amazing community that I was so proud to serve for 3 years, and I will always hold a special place in my heart for. And finally, to my new school community of Summit and Horizon, thank you for the warm welcome. This school is an absolute gem in our district, with incredible programs and dedicated staff who make a real difference in the lives of our students. I'm truly honored and excited to be part of the next chapter. Thank you.
Superintendent comments, Mr. Mata.
Would like to congratulate Lizette Rivera Lopez, Erasmo Garcia Romo, and Juan Alvaro for taking on these very, very special roles.
Ms. Pierce.
Okay, yes, I'd like to start out thanking Adrian as our student board member. We enjoy learning more about each high school as we have our student board members rotate through the year, and we value our high school ASB leaders, and they always bring along their entourage here to support them. And we look forward to each high school participating and getting to know them better as they come and take part in our board meetings. I want to congratulate the PBIS awards schools, the 19 that applied and received the various awards, especially the 2 that made the Excellence Award, Earhart and Indio Middle School. A special thank you for them. Also, to congratulate Juan on his appointment as security manager. Does a great job and is always very helpful and kind. And Mr. Garcia, as principal of Horizon, I think it will be a great fit. He loves to be around students and engage with them, and I think that's just the school for him. And also, Mrs. Rivera, welcome. I've never met you before, but Mr. Alvarez says good things about you. So I just congratulate you on being a part of Dr. Carrion. It's a wonderful school and staff over there, and I know you'll fit in well. Also, this past couple weeks, I attended one of the Coffee with Kellys that we have that rotate around our different trustee areas of our schools. This last one was at Kennedy, and looking at Jessica. It was really great. It's great to see community members, law enforcement, fire department members that support our schools, parents come in, the kids come in and have an early morning treat and talk, and it's really great to engage. So if you ever see one of those advertised on our website, come on over. Also, I was able to do some reading in two first grade and kindergarten classrooms at Van Buren's Career Day. A former teacher friend that I taught with invited me, and a lot of the schools, elementary and middle schools and the high schools, they have these career days that introduces it to the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grades, and community members come and set up a table and tell the kids about all these different careers that they can go through, and they rotate around. It is so exciting. So the little guys need something to fill that little gap in time, what would normally be instruction, and so they might have readers come in or do other activities that they can do, so that was fun. And also, I attended California Retired Teachers Association. We have monthly luncheons for those of us that belong to that. We do volunteer work ourselves, like with Find Food Bank. We hold garage sales. We do any kind of fundraising we can because we provide 12 $1,000 scholarships to high school members in the Valley, seniors that they don't have to want to go into teaching. This can just be any senior if that is a child of a teacher. So we do this fundraising, but a woman from the Indio Senior Center came and visited us, and it just reignited a spark in me about doing more volunteering with any talent I might have. I just wanted to throw that out. We depend as a school district on so many parent volunteers and volunteers for different big events. What would we do without all of the parents and even grandmothers and grandfathers that come in and support us? So just like if you see an opening to go and do something in volunteering, something came up online for making cakes for kids. And I looked at it, and it's like maybe once or twice a month you make a special cake, try and decorate it, and they work on giving it to kids that would normally not even receive a birthday cake. Maybe they're in foster care, maybe they're in some other setting, but just anything like that you can use to share your time and talent with. So that's my little speech today. Thank you.
Mr. Alvarez.
Well, I have a place, a school for you to volunteer at, Trish. Let's see if you call me. You know what? There's so much going on tonight. Just amazed at the talent pool that we're getting. So definitely want to start off with Juan. Just congratulations, sir. I know you've put in a lot of work and effort, and it doesn't go unnoticed. So congratulations on your new assignment. I know you had a cheering team here last week, last time here for you. So congratulations, sir. Also, Erasmo, I know it's a transition from middle school to alternative education, but best of luck to you, sir, in that endeavor, and we look forward to hearing some great things. And to Miss Rivera, there are a lot of talented individuals in our neighboring districts, and each district is unique and hardworking individuals, and I see many familiar faces at Desert Sands that come from other districts. So I just want to let you know that we're very proud of the years you've put in at CV, and know that you're just well informed. You have a great heart, great drive. You're going to be successful no matter where you're at. And if you're not going to be at CV and you're here, that is amazing. We're proud of you no matter where you're at. And we know that you're going to do amazing things. So congratulations to you, ma'am, on your position. And I know there's others here in the audience that are here cheering you on. So congratulations. Welcome to Adrian, sir. I know it's sometimes a little nerve-wracking being up here, but welcome, sir. And appreciate you taking the time to be here with us this evening. We want to congratulate to our schools that are PBAS being recognized by our COE for their efforts, and it does take a lot of focus to be labeled as such, whichever it is, whether it's gold or platinum. It takes a lot of effort and work. So we want to definitely do a shout out to them and let them know that it's important what they're doing and building that culture at the school sites. We are last time we brought up the opportunity to talk about carryover funding from school sites. Sometimes not all school sites use their funding, their categorical funding. One of the things that I definitely want to look at in the future is how do we make some of that funding available to school sites who have used up their funds, but need a little bit more for whatever reason it is. So that's something that I'd like to continue to explore, is making sure that we use this year's dollars of this year's students. So know that that is an opportunity that we can grow as a district in ensuring that that those funds don't go untouched, that we want to make sure that they're being spent by sites. We're going to be receiving a presentation tonight on our CAST scores, so we got a preview of the presentation, and it's great to see the growth that has been demonstrated in both ELA and math, and know that it takes conscious effort when schools are working towards that. I just want to point out, as Trish said, we did get a chance to be at Kennedy School this past week or so for Coffee with Kelly, but also just recognizing the efforts being put forth by Jessica at Kennedy and Daniel at Roosevelt for their efforts in ensuring that there's a direct focus on how can we improve. There's actionable steps that they're taking to make sure that we are on that path to growth. So just want to highlight those two schools as individuals who are making a conscious effort to bring up student achievement. And just congratulations to the district in general for their academic growth. So I think I'll end with that. So thank you.
Ms. Porras?
Okay. Welcome, Adrian. We're excited for you to be here. It is kind of crazy up here to kind of say everything. So you're doing a great job. So we appreciate you being here. Let's see. Well, I want to say everybody's saying things. I don't want to repeat stuff, but I just want to say this is Principals Month, and I just want to say that we have like the most amazing principals, and we just want to honor you. We appreciate everything you do. It is a really difficult job. I never really realized until I got on the board how much principals do, and you guys just knock it out of the park for Desert Sands. So I really appreciate everything that you do. I feel like you guys are like 24/7, like available. So, and especially graduations, you guys just are like, anyways. So I appreciate the principals for Desert Sands. So, and CV. And we appreciate you as a principal, too. We appreciate you being here. PBIS, congratulations for the awards for all the schools that participated in that. It's amazing. Coffee with Kelly at Kennedy with Jessica, that was so much fun. I even got a t-shirt, a Kennedy t-shirt, which was pretty cool. If you ever have a chance, we do Coffee with Kelly, I think, once a month, right? Don't we? 5 times a year. Okay. So, once every year? No.
5 times.
Once every other month.
5 times a year.
So if you have a chance to ever show up, or it's great because it's great to meet the board members that can make it, and Kelly's there of course, and you can win a free cup. So it's pretty neat to do that too, a coffee cup. Let's see. Kylie and I visited 3 schools, Lincoln, Madison, and Reagan, and it was where we had the
Great American Shakeout.
Well, the Shakeout was that was at Reagan. But it was so cute to see the little tiny kids dressed up for Career Day, the little nurses and everything. It was just so adorable, and they're going up and getting all the stickers and stuff from the police. And anyway, it was just really great. I think it's great to have them as little tiny people to be able to go and experience that. So let's see. So, Lizeth, congratulations on being assistant principal at Dr. Carrion. I love your energy. I thought that was so great. Yeah, we heard a lot about you before you got here and about how wonderful you are. So, it's great to put a face to the name. So, anyway, congratulations. And Erasmo, I know that you're going to be amazing there. That's a perfect fit for you at Horizon Summit. And I can't see you. I don't know where you're at. Okay, there you are. And Juan, oh my gosh, I got like so emotional when you got up there. And then of course your best bro here, and he's like wiping tears. And I was like, oh my God. And your beautiful family. Oh my God. The energy in here is just so great. We're so excited for you. And I just know you're just going to be amazing. You already are. So you're just going to continue to be amazing. So congratulations on that position. We went to the State of the City for Indio today, and it was the best State of the City event that I have been to out of all of the cities. What they did was, it's amazing. I was born in Indio, so I'm an Indio person. And I always say I was born on Miles, and I'm going to end up on Jackson. So I am an Indio girl, 100%, and I've lived here my whole life. And anyway, it was really great because I have seen from the time I was a little tiny, I went to Hoover School, kindergarten, and then Jefferson, then I'm an Indio Raja graduate. But I have seen the growth in Indio, and it is incredible what they're doing downtown Indio. If you guys haven't been down there, you've got to go because it is just amazing. And I can't wait to see it all finished. But it was a wonderful event today, so pretty exciting for Indio. So go Indio. Anyways, all right, you guys. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Duran.
I was born on Miles too, but I'm not sure Jackson will be my final destination. Anyway, yeah, there's always two decisions, right? If you've ever seen the TikTok. Anyway, hey, I want to welcome everybody that's here today. What a fabulous thing, because I want to echo a lot of what the board says. As you know, we work as a team. We're at a lot of these events, so I don't want to tell you, oh yeah, I was there too, sitting next to her. But I think not only the staff and the students that we represent as the board, but it's this community that I see out here today that supports them, that absolutely tells me we're the best, that we just do everything for our students. And when I see the support, the families that come here to look into the eyes of all of us, and they're so proud, and we are just as equally as proud for each and every one of you. And I want to echo what Mr. Alvarez said about the talent in the Valley, and how oftentimes we see people and they come to us, and we're so proud to work hand in hand with them. Our schools, our PBIS winners, okay, so important to us. I mean, a big hand to those schools. You go from, bronze to silver to gold to platinum. And I know shout outs are always a little dangerous. It's kind of like name dropping, right? But, I feel so just connected when I know some of you so personally. And each of those principles means so much to me. And a special shout out, I have to say, as he said, but Mr. Cully back there from Indio Middle, I used to work with him. And to see what he's done at Indio Middle School is amazing. Not to say that Earhart, where I worked next to for many years, but an incredible reputation of scholars there also too all the time. And Juan, what a great addition. See you all the time. Ms. Porras is right. I mean, he doesn't have to change. He's just the best. He's going to do the best again. It's just going to repeat every single day. And to you and your family, the way I saw your son high-five you when you come out, oh my God, that's it, right? That's it, because I heard that today from a principal, right? Erasmo over there saying how everybody knuckle punches. And I too went out of school. That's the connection when you walk onto a campus and you see this way the students relate with the staff. When you see the way that the parents, look towards us, and I look for that. It's not always, whether, I don't know, there's a cup on the floor, or there's, the paintings aren't all hung up equal, squared. It's that genuine connection between students, staff, leadership, management, from the bus driver all the way to the way they get off at the end of the day. And I'm proud to be associated with that in each and every one of you. And I know I left off, let me turn to page 2. Okay, Lizeth, again, heard a lot of great things about you, and we're looking forward to just seeing those marvelous things you're going to do for us here. Erasmo talked about Juan Alvarado. Also to Adrian, Renteria Mata. Qué bueno que viniste este día para estar con nosotros, okay? Happy to see you. I like the LA hat. Go Dodgers. All right. Where did I leave off? I don't know. Just want to make sure I didn't say anything. Again, thank you for coming this evening. It means the world to us to see the seats filled and to know that you also support the loved ones that we have entrusted in our schools to work each and every day with the students that we have such hope and opportunity and aspirations for their futures. Thank you, everybody, for coming this evening. I look forward to meeting each and every one of you, especially our newly and promoted employees and schools. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Mr. Duran. I completely agree with everything you said. And to add to it, the energy. I love it when you guys are excited to be here because sometimes these meetings can be long. So thank you. Congratulations to all of our schools, and thank you to our administrators for coming here to represent your schools. I know it's probably not the first place you want to be, but we appreciate you being here. Indio Middle School, thank you for bringing your mascot. It's a special place in my heart. Although now I'm gonna have to request that Carter Cougar has a GoPro. I'm gonna one up now. I also want to thank Mr. Baldwin for indulging Ms. Porras and I during the Great American Shakeout and including us in one of his scenarios. In case the board didn't know, we were trapped under a tree I'm very strong. I was able to lift the tree off of us, and so the rescuers didn't have to look for us, so we're good. I do want to, on a little bit more of a serious note, people have probably seen in the news, and I might get a little emotional about this, but we have a student that is fighting for his life after being hit by a drunk driver. I pray for him, and I pray for his family and his friends, because this hits really close to home to me. I pray for his parents, because I too have been in that situation, and I too have received a phone call that my children were victims of a drunk driving accident a year ago. And I thank God every day that I was able to take my kids home that night. But I feel that, and I say this to the superintendent all the time, my personal experiences with my kids and with the people that I know make me want to make change and do better. And I feel that with Red Ribbon Week coming up next week, we do teach about drugs. I want to make sure that Red Ribbon Week is not just about the dress in a certain way on a certain day, but really get that message across that say no to drugs. But I don't know that we educate our students as much on drunk driving and how bad the consequences can be from drunk driving. And I hope that even if it comes at a cost, that we owe it to our community, we owe it to our students, we owe it to our families. And I feel a little reactive in this, but we owe it to our kids to teach them more about drunk driving. And I know we do the every 15 minutes, but we don't do it every year, and that's in high school. And I think that repetition of don't drink and drive is extremely important, because getting a phone call as a mother that your kids have been involved in a drunk driving accident, I can tell you was the worst moment of my life. And I want to do anything that we can to prevent that from happening to any other mother or father. Last meeting, I did ask for some information about ELOP. I'm struggling with the information that we received as a board. I am frustrated to see the amount of students that we have sitting on a wait list and not having the opportunity to be a part of a program that I think is so beneficial to so many of our students. From the information we received, we have 1,027 students on a wait list. We have schools that are doing an amazing job, and they deserve to be recognized for that. Ford has 0 kids on a wait list. Indio Middle School, 0 kids on a wait list. La Quinta Middle School, 0 kids on a wait list. There's a way to do better, and clearly that communication with the schools that are doing a good job is important to start having. Seeing that, especially at the middle schools, that there's different processes for every school, kind of everybody is making up their own rules, is an issue. Clearly there needs to be a tighter oversight there. Seeing the inequity of the programs offered from school to school bothers me. Our kids deserve to have these programs offered, and we need to figure out a way to make them more accessible to more schools. Seeing comments like we need more funding. The ELOP rules are very clear. I mean, you can go on the State of California website and you can see the rules of how the funding is acquired, how it's allotted. So I see a lot of excuses. And to see that schools are doing so much of their own thing and getting away with it because maybe they don't know any different, or I don't know. But I think there needs to be a tighter oversight there. If there is an issue with, I know it's come up with a classroom, there's no space. There's space, you just have to find it. There's schools that are finding that space, and so we need to make sure that we're not giving excuses. If staffing is an issue, we know that from the beginning of the year, communicate that with our ELOP coordinator so that we can identify where we as a board need to approve these contracts of outside resources to provide those staffing shortages. And then that brings me to middle school sports, which I've discussed with the superintendent, and I have huge issues with it. I have huge issues with the inequity that's going on there. Last year, 6th grade wasn't allowed to even participate, which was not true, but it was something that was going on for so long that it just continued to go on, and nobody addressed it until I brought it up. This year, we have some schools that are utilizing ELOP and sometimes some that are not. We're one district. We should all be doing the same thing. And again, the oversight, I don't know where the missing component is, but we need to do better. When we say we have a co-ed sport, it better be a co-ed sport. When you see a co-ed sport that doesn't have a single girl on it and girls tried out for that sport, that's an issue. I have a serious issue with that. So I would like to further this conversation. I don't know if doing it at a governing meeting is the best place for it. And I think we can discuss that, and maybe having some sort of oversight committee. I would like to be a part of it. You know, I've been questioning because I worry about the funds that are attached to ELOP, and I never want us to send a penny back to the state of California, because that should be going to our kids and providing opportunities for our kids, especially our underprivileged kids. And I would like Mr. Alvarez, if he would be willing to be a part of that conversation as well, given that he's in another district as well and is working with ELOP too. Dr. Mabelmar.
Thank you very much. I wanted to just congratulate all of our new and recently promoted employees. Very excited for all of you and excited for the roles that you're going to be in. And to echo Ms. Porras, our principals absolutely are rock stars, and we're so grateful for them. But I really hope, you know, as I was listening as the comments were coming down the board, I hope all of you here tonight realize what an amazing board that we have and how deeply they care about our students and our staff and our families. And I think you heard that tonight through the comments that people made. And so we're very fortunate in that. I don't think they get to hear that a lot. And so I just want to publicly acknowledge just how much we appreciate what you do and who you are. You do an amazing job, so thank you for that. Also, before our next board meeting, we will be celebrating Retired Teachers Week. That gets celebrated in November, the 2nd through the 8th. And I bring that up because one, I think it's just to honor someone that has lived a life well served, right? Being in education and retiring from that. I think that's really an honor in and of itself. But so many of our retired teachers serve as our substitute teachers. They serve as volunteers in our classroom. So I just want to give them a public acknowledgement for the way that even though they're retired, they continue to serve. And certainly you're such a great example of that, Ms. Pierce. So thank you for the way that you serve our community even after retiring from a long career. We appreciate that so much. And then I just want to give a shout out to all of our schools that were here tonight. Climate and culture is deeply, deeply important to me. I think the principals probably get a little tired of me talking about it all the time, but I truly believe it's the foundation for everything else that we do. All of the work that we do sits on climate and culture in our schools. And so I just want to congratulate each of you that are here this evening for the work that you've done. There's a lot of work that happens prior to the banner. And that is meaningful work, and it makes all the difference in the world for our students, for their families, for their academic success, for their social emotional well-being. And so thank you for the tremendous amount of work that went in to the recognition that you received this evening.
At this time, I'd like to give everyone that came for recognition the opportunity to go celebrate with your family and friends unless you're staying for the remainder of the meeting. And if everyone that came for recognition can go take a picture in the atrium. Public comments on open session items. Communications from the floor in accordance with the Board Bylaw 9323. Time is reserved during the Board of Education meetings for public comment. Members of the public are invited to address the Board of Education in person during meetings on an item on the agenda or on any matter within the board's subject matter jurisdiction for regular meetings only. Each speaker is allowed up to 3 minutes with a total of 20 minutes allotted per item, including non-agenda items. Speakers are not permitted to cede or donate their time to others. The board president, with the concurrence of the board, may extend this time as needed. In accordance with the Board Bylaw 9323.2 and the Brown Act, the board may not discuss or take action on any item that is not listed on the posted agenda. Please be advised that there is a possibility that some items discussed during public comment may not be developmentally appropriate for minors. We ask that parents use their discretion when choosing to remain in the boardroom during public comment. If you choose to leave the room, you may wait in the overflow location at the end of the hallway and will be notified when public comments have concluded. We have no online public comments, and we have no public comments. Information. Number 1, Palm Desert High School professional dance students will participate in the educational trip to New York City, New York from November 28th to December 2nd, 2025. Disposal of surplus property report per resolution number 30/2024-2025. Staff conference items, Dr. May Volmar.
Yes, we will start this evening with the Amistad High School ASB report, and I'll turn that over to our student board member.
Thank you. Before the video plays, I would like to share about attendance field trips that we have at Amistad. It started last year. We have them every quarter, and it really motivates me and many other students to show up to school. And yeah, and after the video plays, we have 3 ASB students that will share their experience at Amistad.
I wasn't smart enough, determined Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Elvia Cuevas. One of the topics I want to cover is how I got recognized by RCO for my hard work and dedication. It was an amazing experience, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. At Amistad High School, we work hard to create a culture of excellence and recognition. One way we do this is through our quarterly assemblies where we celebrate students' hard work, improvements, and academic achievements. It's a powerful way to acknowledge the effort of our students and motivate them to continue striving for greatness. Thank you, everyone, for your time.
Hello, my name is Eric Correa. Before Amistad, I was a train wreck waiting to happen. From where I stood back then, I told myself I wasn't going to go very far. And that was my mindset. It was fixed on the fact that I was destined to fail. My mental health was bombing and going under day by day, all due to my grades falling and my personal issues. But ever since I got to Amistad, a place I would call my home, my mental health has improved for the better drastically, all due to the resources that are available at Amistad. Take, for instance, the Zendan, a place for students to wind down and rest whenever they're stressed or just need a break from anything. There's also an on-site therapist that students can talk to if anything is bugging them or is on their mind. There's also the thrift store, a place for students to get anything that they need in case they forgot. Some stuff like deodorant, clothing, and it's all very free. Amistad is a place I call home away from home. A club that I'm a part of is the Gents Alliance. It's a club that made me feel like the world is still worth exploring. Amistad gives me fun chances and opportunities to grow as an individual.
Hi, my name is Ethan. I go to Amistad High School, and this school really works out for me because the teachers care and help me one-on-one. The smaller classes make it easier to focus, and I actually feel supported. It's helped me get back on track and keep moving forward. Also, I was part of the 25 Club. The 25 Club is when you pass all your classes with passing grades in a quarter. I was in the 25 Club more than once, and for the people that achieve getting the 25 Club, they get rewarded. Now I can go back to my home school to graduate after catching up with all my credits. And thank you for letting us present to you tonight.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for everyone from Amistad being here this evening. Thank you so much for the amazing report. And I know I speak on behalf of the entire board and myself when I say thank you for your amazing service as a student board member. We've thoroughly enjoyed having you here with us, and we have a special plaque we'd like to give you this evening.
And at this time, I would like to excuse and thank Adrian for his time as a student board member and everybody that came from Amistad if you guys need to go home and study.
Guys, I just want to say that was an amazing presentation. It takes a lot of courage to do that, and when I heard those words, alternative, it really just it nailed me on the heart. I got instantly emotional, and I just want you guys to know that you have a leader right there that's there to support you. And you have a team behind him, all in this room that's here to support you. So bless you guys, and I hope you guys do the best and continue believing in yourselves because you can do it.
Good evening. We have a wonderful group of counselors, administrators, our mental health staff to present on our District Together for Prevention, addressing suicide and bullying in Desert Sands. I'll turn it over to Brian Boyd, who is one of our SAP counselors here in the district.
Good evening. My name is Brian Boyd, and I'm a member of the SAP team here at the district office. Thank you, board members, superintendent, and cabinet for your time and enthusiasm when we discuss the importance of bullying prevention here in Desert Sands. Thank you to Carlos Huerta, Josh Alvarez, and Dr. Ashley Shantz for your volunteering your time to discussing the important and wonderful work that you're doing surrounding bullying and suicide prevention awareness here tonight. In recognition of September Suicide Prevention Awareness Month and October being Bullying Prevention Awareness Month, this evening we're here to share how we support the health, safety, and well-being of our students. Youth suicide and bullying are not just statistics, they can impact our students every day. Bullying can have a long-lasting effect on mental health, self-esteem, and learning. It can make students feel isolated, anxious, and unsafe at school. Similarly, suicide is a serious concern, and it is the second leading cause of death among young people. Early awareness and intervention can save lives. Prevention starts with education, connection, and creating a culture where everyone feels safe, supported, and valued. Together, we can make our schools places where every student feels seen, heard, and protected. Awareness leads to action, and action can save lives. This slide highlights our district policies and definitions relating to bullying and suicide prevention. First, bullying is defined as repeated unwanted aggressive behavior involving a power imbalance that causes harm, whether physical, emotional, or social, or any act described in Ed Code 48900R. According to BP 5131.2, no individual or group may, through physical, verbal, written, visual, or digital means, harass, threaten, intimidate, or cause harm to any student or staff member. This also includes cyberbullying, hate violence, and retaliation for reporting or participating in a complaint. In alignment with our suicide prevention policy, BP 5141.52, our schools are committed to promoting student well-being and resilience. This includes training staff to recognize warning signs, ensure timely intervention and referrals, and providing ongoing education for students around coping skills, help-seeking, and peer support. Together, these policies strengthen our prevention, intervention, and postvention efforts, helping us build safer, more supportive school environments for all students. Here in Desert Sands, we have 3 ways to report concerns. First is anonymous reporting through the Say Something tip line, where anyone can share concerns confidentially. Second, direct reporting, speaking directly with a trusted adult. And third, the Request for Assistance RFA system, available on the district website where anyone can submit a referral if they believe a student needs support. Preventing bullying and suicide starts with empowering our staff. When educators are trained to recognize warning signs and respond effectively, we create safer, more supportive schools. This year, Desert Sands Student Support Services is hosting 3 additional dialectical behavior therapy trainings, DBT, an evidence-based approach that helps individuals regulate emotions, strengthen relationships, and reduce self-harming behaviors. These trainings equip staff with essential tools to support student mental health and promote healthy coping strategies. As part of our broader bullying awareness and suicide prevention efforts, mental health staff have also engaged in ongoing professional development, including diversity, equity, and inclusion workshops, the Excellence in Education Conference, and specialized trainings through the Riverside County Office of Education. With the right training and support, our staff are better prepared to meet student needs and make a lasting impact on their well-being. Now I'd like to recognize our counselor from James Carter Elementary, Carlos Huerta, to share the amazing work happening at his school.
Good evening. My name is Carlos Huerta, and I'm the school counselor over at James Carter Elementary. Thank you for this opportunity to share how our school is building a culture of kindness, connection, and safety through anti-bullying and suicide prevention initiatives. At Carter, everything we do is rooted on our core values: respect, ownership, awareness, and resilience. These values shape every lesson, activity, and interaction, fostering a culture where belonging, empathy, and responsibility are essential to our students' success. Each morning, our principal, security guard, and myself greet students with warmth and positivity to start the day off. My favorite being have a roar-tastic day. Through initiatives like our grade level TK through 5th lunch bunch programs, every other Thursday, the gratitude tree, kindness chain during the Great Kindness Challenge, we create school-wide opportunities for friendship and inclusion through a school year. Students who take a stand against bullying and show empathy and courage are recognized with upstander role model certificates, reinforcing that kindness is strength and leadership means speaking up for others. Our SEL lessons include Carter, home to all students, be a ranger danger, be a buddy, not a bully, and Carter expectations, all promoting inclusion, positive choices, and an anti-bullying stance. During Start with Hello Week, students in TK through 5th learn how to notice peers who may be feeling left out and how to reach out with kindness. A simple hello can be an open door to a friendship and belonging, the foundation of bullying prevention. At Carter, we maintain a strong school-wide stance against bullying. TK through 2nd grade learn the difference between mean moments and bullying, while 3rd and 5th grade learners, we teach them how to be upstanders who can speak up and support their peers. At Carter, Red Ribbon Week and anti-bullying awareness goes hand in hand with encouraging students to make healthy, positive choices and stand up for what's right. We emphasize that being drug-free and bullying-free are both acts of self-respect and courage, choosing to care for yourself and others. For students needing additional support, Michelle Vargas, our SAP counselor, and I lead short, small-term counseling sessions focused on friendship skills, self-regulation, coping strategies, and upstander leadership. Within my school counselor-led groups, students engage in social emotional learning activities and create their own cool tools for a better me folders, which include coping strategies and reflection exercises to strengthen communication and emotional awareness. Throughout this time, students are given a positive progress certificates, and at the end of small groups, they're given a certificate of SEL small group completion and that cool folder. I also host lunch bunch groups designed to help new, transferred, or socially developing students build friendships and confidence in a supportive setting. Suicide prevention starts with connection and continues throughout education. Families receive a Say Something flyer explaining how to use Anonymous Reporting System, ARS, both inside and outside of the school, empowering parents and students to speak up safely and confidently. For students needing more individualized care, we provide outside resources, referrals through partnerships through trusted community organizations, such as Care Solace, Bright Life Kids, and Daybreak Health. At Carter, our team, including my principal, Michelle Sherlin, assistant principal, Christy Gerard, and myself, we maintain a strong partnership and collaboration through open two-way communication to ensure consistent support between home and school. Together with teachers and administrators, we develop positive behavior plans tailored to each of the students' needs, and our school mental health therapist, Patricia Leon, provides direct counseling and ongoing care for students who require a higher level of support. Before I close, I am so proud to share that James Earl Carter Elementary was recognized as a 2025 Honor Roll School by the Educational Resource Partnership, ERP, honoring schools that demonstrate academic excellence, equity, and continuous improvement. This recognition reflects our commitment to safe and inclusive environments where anti-bullying, suicide prevention, and student growth work together so every child can thrive. Thank you, and next up is Joshua Alvarez, Principal at Thomas Jefferson Middle.
Good evening. Thank you to the board for providing Jefferson an opportunity to share out our work this evening. At Jefferson Middle, creating a welcoming environment begins at the start of every day. Each morning, our administration and security team greets students with music, promoting energy and positivity. Teachers personally greet students at their doors, fostering inclusivity and personal connection. We also conduct social emotional learning check-ins in every class, allowing students to express their feelings and ensuring support for their emotional well-being alongside academic success. Student assemblies play a vital role in promoting a positive school culture. Myself and Assistant Principal Valentic kicked off the year with a presentation on school expectations, our ROC values, respect, ownership, cooperation, and kindness, and helping students understand these shared values. Kindness assemblies led by Dr. Orrin Jackson and mental health therapist Ashley Bautista emphasize kindness and empathy among students. These gatherings foster community and ensure every student feels supported, encouraging a lasting spirit of togetherness throughout the year. Our wellness centers are essential for supporting students' mental health, staffed by dedicated professionals such as Counselor Mares Urbina, school mental health-based therapist Bautista, along with SAP Counselor Perales. They provide guidance, resources, and a nurturing environment for students to seek help. The centers serve as a community, encouraging collaboration between students, families, and counselors to promote well-being and a supportive school atmosphere. We prioritize proactive messaging about our anti-bullying stance to keep everyone informed and engaged. Our weekly newsletter to families provides essential information, including how to report online bullying, ensuring parents and students can act responsibly. We also highlight the Say Something initiative, empowering students and families to report concerns and reinforce our commitment to safety. Oops. We also host lunch activities and student group activities that foster kindness and prevent bullying on campus. The Kindness Pledge encourages students to create a supportive environment, setting a positive tone. Our ASB spreads anti-bullying messages, leveraging peer influence to change attitudes. Staff presence during key times ensures students feel supported and have adults available to help. The PRISM GSA Club promotes kindness through stickers and initiatives celebrating individuality. In September, we honored 127 students with MTSS points for respectful behavior, reflecting our positive culture. Additionally, 50 students received Rockstar Awards for exemplifying respect, along with brag tags to showcase their accomplishments. We have a number of student interventions and family supports in fostering a compassionate school environment. Our student interventions include proactive investigations and peer mediations address issues early. Positive restorative practices encourage reflection and growth instead of punishment. Our family supports include listening to family concerns and holding parent conferences for clear communication on bullying. RFA supports reinforce collaboration with families and the Indio Police Department as well. This unifying approach enhances our student well-being. And lastly, we continually share this message to our students and families. We love you, we care about you, and we want the best for you. And now, Dr. Shantz for Indio High School.
Thank you, Mr. Alvarez. Good evening, and thank you to the board for inviting Indio High School here tonight to hear about all the amazing things happening on our campus to support students' social and emotional health year-round. At our school, we demonstrate pride in all we do, in our learning, our relationships, and our community. P is positivity. We choose to search for the best in ourselves and each other. R is respect. We honor the worth and value of ourselves and all others. I is integrity. We do what is right even when no one is watching. D, determination. We persist through challenges and finish what we start. E is excellence. We strive to be the best versions of ourselves. We see pride all across our campus, in the way our staff lead by example, in the positive affirmations displayed throughout our classrooms and hallways, and in the daily reminders of what it means to show Indio High School pride. Our shared commitment to positivity, respect, integrity, determination, and excellence creates welcoming and inspiring environment where everyone feels valued and empowered to do their best. At Indio High School, we are proud to offer a variety of Tier 1 supports that promotes positivity, connection, and student engagement across our campus. These initiatives build community, foster relationships, and promote positive mental health. We have student learning and engagement. We currently host 3 different student leadership programs: Raja Renaissance, Associated Student Body, and Peer Leaders Uniting Students. We have Club Rush, a freshman tailgate, and individual and group freshman mentoring to support the transition to high school. School spirit and culture. We have music entry daily, High Five Fridays, Start with Hello, Raja's Love Mondays, Academic Assembly, Student of the Month, Staff of the Month as selected by students, lunch activities, which all encourage social connection and campus spirit. We are also doing community and family engagement regularly. We have open house instead of back to school night. We do report card night for the first quarter. And we've started IHS community nights, inviting both staff, community members, parents, and students on an outside campus environment. Lastly, we have wellness and support initiatives.
We support all DSUSD mental health initiatives and calendar activities. We have counseling supports, math pilots, a restoration room, discipline reentry meetings, conflict mediation, all reinforcing our restorative practices. For the students that need a little bit more, we have a growing Tier 2 system. Our fall student support survey, about a half of our students elected to take that. Of those students, 150 were screened by outside agencies, 94 were screened by school counselors. We've processed 70 RFAs so far this school year, and so at the current time we have 152 students receiving Tier 2 services, which represents 13% of our population. Now, for those that need just a little bit more than that and need Tier 3 services, we are only about a month and a half into school, but we have 23 students receiving Tier 3 services on campus, and we've made about 10 outside referrals. On top of that, we have an awesome CTE program that does our daily announcements through video production, and so counselors often create public service announcements to address social emotional topics, especially those that may be more challenging for our student leadership groups to present. As an example, we have a PSA focused on young men and emotions that 2 of our male counselors did. So that is some of the great stuff happening at Indio High School, and thank you for having me share this evening.
Thank you all so much. I really do appreciate your time this evening. This has been a wonderful opportunity to share with you the wonderful things that we're doing on our campuses. This year, the Student Assistance Program partnered with a nonprofit organization that I'd like to recognize, known as Positivity, which generously provides a grant funding to strengthen our family engagement efforts. Through this partnership, we've been able to offer free workshops and resources for parents and guardians, not only within Desert Sands, but across the Coachella Valley. One highlight is the Parent Project, an evidence-based program that equips parents with practical tools to guide strong-willed children, reduce conflict, and prevent high-risk behaviors. Its focus is on structure, consistency, and communication, which helps parents to learn never to argue with their child again. We're also facilitating Strengthening Families workshops that promote positive parenting, youth skills, and healthy family communication. In addition, Loving Solutions, a branch of Parent Project, supports parents of younger children with strategies for managing behavior and building stronger relationships at home. To promote parent well-being, we host mindful parenting workshops, which offers stress-reducing techniques as well as a sound bath. So if you are interested in participating in a sound bath, I highly encourage. It's very fun. And you hear a lot of grown men snoring. This helps to strengthen relationships at home. And when talking about bullying and suicide prevention, that's where this all can start. To promote parent well-being, we want to thank Positivity for each session because it includes free dinner and childcare, which is one of the barriers that families feel impacts their ability to participate in some of these. When we talk about bullying awareness and suicide prevention, our work must extend beyond the classroom. It begins at home. By empowering parents with skills, support, and community, we create safer, more connected environments where children can thrive. Our mission remains simple yet powerful: to protect, support, and uplift every student through love at home, love at school, and love for oneself. Thank you all very much for your time.
I just want to say I enjoyed seeing the presentation at each level, and having visited the schools and seen the different wellness rooms and all the mental health therapists and support systems that we have in place, and all the work on, well, you can tell from our PBIS, all the work on climate and culture that we're already doing to try to welcome and include the kids. I am just so proud of the work that's being done, and we always know there's more to do. And there's more students to reach, so I always, I like the say something, because somebody might notice someone that we don't notice as teachers or staff, and that's so important to reach out before it gets to a crucial state. So I want to thank you all for the work that you do with the students, and thank you for your presentation.
Alvarez?
Ditto. What she said, just thank you for all the efforts.
Horace?
Now, I want to try that relaxation. I've heard about that, and I think that would be so cool to do that. Where do you have that? You have it? It's here? Seriously?
It's here. So on this flyer specifically, if you look on the very right-hand flyer, which I think is your second to last slide, it shows the dates and the locations for each of the mindful parenting workshops. And in those parenting workshops, we have a presentation that we go over. We provide dinner as well as childcare. And we also finish with a lovely sound bath that's hosted by Heart and Soul Yoga, Liz Cortez. It's fantastic.
Oh, nice, nice. Is it 80s music?
And a lot of dancing. No, there's no
All right.
dancing.
Because if it's 80s music, I'm there. I'm there.
We can try that for the next one. But this one is all just sound bowls.
She'll
I'll
show
dance
us
with
her
you.
dance moves.
No, I think it's absolutely fabulous that you guys are doing this because it's very much needed to be in touch with your feelings, and kids need and families need to know how to navigate that and have a soft place to fall. So I really appreciate your hard work.
I appreciate that. To add on to it, I think sometimes we forget as parents that we neglect ourselves, and to take a minute and 45 minutes of just laying and being one with yourself is actually quite impactful. So that's one of the goals that we have with the Mindful Parenting Workshop.
I think it actually heals you on a cellular level, seriously. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you again for your presentation this evening. Very informative, a lot going on. There's no doubt that what you do is the bulwark of the students' I think social, obviously, or ability to learn is what I want to say. Because when you don't have any, self-fulfilling kind of awareness of yourself, I mean, then you walk into a room, and I think we've all seen it. So the work you guys do is absolutely so instrumental in, I guess, the success of our students' successes. So I want to thank you first and foremost on that. I'm afraid of the sound bath, okay, so so I won't go. But no, I think it's a great thing. It's like, yeah, especially since Linda's there with the 80s music, okay, so it's be like, but no, I like the data too that you broke down a lot of times because I think people oftentimes think of what we do in the wellness of students. Oftentimes it's just that guy. It's just her. And when you see those numbers, I think that's very important. When I take a look and I think 13%, at tier 2, and I say to myself, and I think we all do this, is at least as I reflect back and I think, which ones of my buddies when I was in school or the last class that I dealt with? And so that you document that is so instrumentally important because I think it brings awareness, and I'm seeing that firsthand too, that students start to get the idea that it's okay to have a blue day, but to be, knowing that you have the support systems around you to make you stronger. That's the thing, because we're just human beings, right? We're engines that overheat sometimes, and we just got to have a station to go in and get checked up again and get back on the road. So thank you so much for all that you do. Your work to me is at the core of who I believe that what we do. I think what I want to say there is your work is just so at the core of everything I believe in. That's what I want to say. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Same. I want to thank you. Obviously, Carlos, I see you working often, and I will say something that you brought up in your part of the presentation that I notice as a parent is your presence, and that's the first step to our kids having somebody that they're comfortable with and somebody that is welcoming every morning at the gate. I see you. To be able to talk to about these things, to get ahead of it. So just being present, I notice the difference, and I know the kids appreciate it. So thank you all for everything you all do. Thank you.
All right, at this time I'd like to invite up our coordinator of assessment and accountability, Dr. Michael O'Neill, who will be presenting on the 24-25 CASP data.
Good evening, President Watson and members of the board. I'm happy to be here with you tonight to share the results of student performance on the Spring 2025 English Language Proficiency Assessments for California, known as the LPAC, as well as the Smarter Balance ELA and Math assessments, as well as the Science assessments, collectively known as the California Assessments of Student Performance and Progress, or the CASP. So let's begin by reviewing our data for the summative LPAC assessment. The LPAC, the English Language Proficiency Assessment for California, known as the LPAC, is administered to all English learners every year to measure their progress in learning English. It is based on the English Language Development Standards for California, and the goal is for all English learners to make measurable progress in learning English each year. When we look at LPAC results, we will expect to see students at all levels of English language development, from the beginning stage to the well-developed stage. Each year we have new English learners enroll in school, and those learners will enter with varying degrees of English proficiency. In addition, we also have each year English learners who are reclassified as new data becomes available. So it is a kind of a constant rolling cycle. So here we see a 2-year LPAC trend chart. The goal of the LPAC is for students to gain English proficiency moving up the levels and reclassify within 7 years. It's important to note we don't expect students to begin their journey at the top of the chart in blue. They will typically enter at the lower level and work their way up until they eventually reclassify. Since the students are not the same from year to year, because we have new students entering and some exiting, this does speak more to who may be ready to exit than to overall growth. But we do see that we are looking at about a 1.7% or percentage point increase in the number of students who could potentially reclassify this year. So we are seeing that overall our students are scoring a little bit better this year. The LPAC measures student progress on oral language skills, specifically the listening and speaking domains, as well as the written skills in the reading and writing domains. There was a decrease of 1.1 percentage points of ELs who scored at level 4 or well developed in their oral language scores compared to last year. With respect to written language, however, there was a 1.7 percentage point increase in the number of ELs who score proficient compared to the prior year. So each domain of the LPAC, that is listening, speaking, reading, or writing, are assessed on a 3-point scale within that domain. Those 3 points being beginning, moderate, and developed. This graph indicates that our English learners have their greatest strength in their speaking skills and their greatest area of need with reading and writing. Additionally, the high percentage of students scoring in the middle range, especially with listening and writing, shows a lot of potential for our students to gain proficiency sooner rather than later. Last spring, students in grades 3, 8, and 11 participated in the Smarter Balance ELA, Math, and the Science assessments. As a reminder, the 2022 assessments were determined across the nation to be the new baseline as the first year of consistent administration data since 2019. So our 2025 results represent the 4th year of consistent data. So let's go ahead and dig into ELA first. So the Smarter Balance assessments are scored on 4 achievement levels. The highest 2 levels, which are shown on this graph in blue, reflect the percentage of students who are meeting or exceeding standard. This graph shows a 2-year trend. That is our 2024 results compared to our 2025 outcomes. This graph also notes the year-over-year difference in percentage points of students meeting or exceeding standards. And so what it shows overall is that our students increased 2 percentage points in ELA. The majority of our student groups also showed an improvement, and we should note that student groups with small N sizes, and on this particular chart that would be Native American and Pacific Islander, those small N size groups are more susceptible to just drastic swings in year-over-year data. So this graph shows us the ELA results this time by program rather than by ethnicity. With the exception of foster youth, all programs saw an increase. In interpreting foster youth, it's helpful to get down to raw numbers. That's a change of 2 students, is what we're looking at there. Our final graph for ELA shows us the results for unified school districts across our county with both Riverside County and overall California results for comparison. Desert Sands currently ranks 7th. So let's shift our focus to mathematics. Desert Sands saw a gain in the percentage of students meeting or exceeding standards of 1.2 percentage points compared to 2024. Like with ELA, most student groups saw an increase. Of the decreases shown here on this slide, the African American student group would be the most significant. When we look at our data, our math data by program, we see a more complex result. While our students with disabilities had no change, our long-term English learners saw a slight decrease. The all English learner group, which also includes all of the students in the LTEL group, declined by about a percentage point and represents an area of growth for us. Our SCD and homeless students, however, saw results that were more consistent with the overall district pattern. This graph shows math results for unified school districts across the county, again, with Riverside County and California for comparison. In mathematics, we currently rank 6th in Desert Sands. This year, we will be sharing with you our science results. The CAST, or California Science Test, was introduced later than ELA in math and has first operational administration in 2019, just in time for the suspension of statewide testing the following year. So despite a very rocky start, that test is now in full swing and features as a part of the California School Dashboard. So here we see 2 years of science results. You may notice that the number of students tested is much lower than ELA in math. That's because the CAST is only administered in grades 5, 8, and 11. Overall, our district saw a gain of 1.1 percentage points from year over year, with most student groups showing a gain. When we look at it by program, some students groups shows a gain, while English learners maintained, whereas homeless and foster youth both declined. Here we see the science results for unified school districts across our county, and where we rank in Desert Sands currently is 6th. The LPAC results shared this evening will be applied to the English Language Learner Progress Indicator, or LP, on the California School Dashboard. The Smarter Balance ELA math results, as well as the science results, will be applied to the academic indicators. We are currently expecting the dashboard to be released in mid-November, and we will be coming back to you at a subsequent board meeting to share those final results. Thank you.
Ms. Pierce?
Any questions, but thank you for your presentation. I think the data shows, we definitely have room for growth and to keep forging on with all our efforts to get some better results in our programs. Thank you.
Chris?
Thank you for the information. We anchor our conversations around this topic at our governance meetings. It's heavily discussed, the academic component that we know there is plenty of opportunities for us. But thank you, sir, for the presentation. It does provide a lot of insight for us as we continue our conversations.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome.
Of course.
Thank you for the presentation, Michael.
Mr. Dre?
Yeah, I also wanted to thank you for the presentation, and maybe I don't know, this was all of our students when I see like the 10,000, right, or whatever that are tested, it's like K through 11th, 12th?
Yes, for when you're looking at ELA or math, you're looking at grades 3, 8, and 11, and only the students who took the test, which was something on the order of 97 point something percent of the eligible students.
All right, yeah, that was it. Not that, later on, I was just always wondering about, like, maybe, let's say, 1st to 5th versus 6th to 8th, that kind of a breakdown. Is that ever possible, or, taking a look at things like that? I've always wondered about when students kind of get to, like, or by how many years they've been with us. Does that kind of make sense? For example, I get when a student comes and they're brand new, and they're likely to score not very high for us. But I was wondering, like, if there was a way to look at it and say, okay, here's our newcomers, and let's say there's, 500 of them, let's say. And then so we look at our newcomers and we see how they score versus how people score it that have been here 2 years versus 3 years. Breaking it instead of just an overall hodgepodge of it, like looking at it individually? I don't know, just a crazy thought that ran out of my head.
I can get you something in a Friday
Maybe
letter
something
by
like-
grade
yeah.
span for sure. And LPAC, I can probably give you some categories about recent, 1 to 3 years, 3 to 5,
Yeah,
7 plus,
something
something to that
just that-
effect. That will take me a little longer. I can get you that.
Whatever
one.
it takes. Yeah, I'm just looking at it like differently. It's kind of sometimes it's just to break it into little nuggets, maybe to take a look at it.
Yeah, I can get you some.
I wanted to see if there's an area, where maybe I don't know. There's a developmental delay of some sort, and then we could look at it and say why is, let's say hypothetically from this point to this point do we not grow? Like, where's the growth occurring? You know what I mean? Is after it's been 5 years that they're here and they're really doing well, or is it years 2 to 3?
What I can tell you is that every time we hit a change in exam format on the LPAC, which is 3rd grade, 6th grade, 9th grade, you do see kind of a reset in the data when they move those grade spans.
Okay.
Typically, it kind of drops and comes back up, and it's an overall upward trend.
Uh-huh.
So that, but we can get you something that makes that a little clearer than just a random in the air, mid-air presentation. So I'll get you something.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. Otherwise, excellent report. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. I have nothing. Thank you for the information.
You're very welcome.
Okay, public hearing, we have none. General functions, business services, there's one item in general functions, business services. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second, Pierce.
Any discussion? Hearing none, calls for the question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 5-0. General functions, educational services. There are two items in general functions, educational services. Item 19.1 is a resolution requiring a roll call vote. Is there a motion for item 19.2?
Motion Porras.
Any discussion? Calls for the question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 5-0. Is there a motion for item 19.1?
Make a motion, Pierce.
Is there a second? Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call vote. Ms. Pierce?
Aye.
Mr. Alvarez?
Aye.
Ms. Porras? Mr. Duran?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Motion carries 5-0. General functions, personnel services. There are 9 items in general functions, personnel services. Is there a motion to take them as a group or individually?
The group Porras.
Is there a second?
Second, Pierce.
Thank you. Any discussion?
Question on 2.
Yep.
On Adler, how are we doing that with the number of people who have applied to participate in that program?
I think at our last number it was 84 applicants, which is it has the greatest number of interest in all of Alder's residency programs. So we've had a lot of really exciting interest. So we're thrilled about it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 5-0. General functions, student support services, we have none. General functions, superintendent, we have none. And consent items, student matters, Dr. May Volmar.
Yes, tonight in closed session, the board took action to approve the following student matter. Stipulated expulsion case 25/26-04 on a motion made by trustee Porras, seconded by trustee Alvarez. The motion carried 5-0 with the board accepting the recommendation.
Consent items, business services, there are 14 items in consent items, business services. Is there a motion to take them as a group or individually?
I make a motion to take them as a group.
Is there a second?
Second Porras.
Any discussion? Mm-hmm.
That was a $100,000 maintenance contract. Not now, but just food for thought of how much are we saving and then spending $100,000 just to maintain it. So
Is that the solar panels? So I had the question too, and it is up to. So not necessarily that, my understanding was that it was going to cost that, but if there needed to be, it was up to that amount for cleaning.
They're cleaned every year.
So it's not for now, but I was just thinking out loud, just like, hey. Yeah, that could be later.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 5-0. Consent items, educational services. There are 12 items in consent items, educational services. Is there a motion to take them as a group or individually?
As a group, Pierce.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second, Alvarez.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, calls for the question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 5-0. Consent items, personnel services, there are none. Consent items, student support services, there are 3 items in consent items, student support services. Is there a motion to take them as a group or individually?
Motion, group,
Thank you.
Porras.
Is there a second? Beto.
Alvarez.
Any discussion? Hearing none, calls for the question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 5-0. Consent items, superintendent, there are none. Personnel actions certificated. Dr. Hyde?
Okay, good evening again. We have actually 2 retirements that I'm excited to announce. The first one is Augustine Navarro, who's retiring from Horizon School after 35.5 years of service to the district, so it's remarkable. I'd also like to recognize Howard Simon, who's retiring from Palm Springs. I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
Again?
Let me rewind. From Palm Desert High School, who's retiring after 17 and a half years of service to the district. So combined, these folks have 53 years of service to Desert Sands Unified School District. So kudos to them both.
Is there a motion?
Motion, Porras.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Alvarez. Thank you. Any discussion?
Congratulations on making it to the finish line. Enjoy your retirement.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 5-0. Personnel actions classified. Dr. Hyde.
Great, and one retirement that I'm proud to announce, and that's Larry Waddle Jr., who is a sprinkler system specialist in maintenance and operations. He's retiring after 20 years of service to the district. So congratulations, Larry.
Is there a motion?
And Porras.
Is there a second? Thank you. Any discussion?
Congratulations. Enjoy your retirement.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 5-0. Call out of closed session actions. Dr. May Volmar.
Yes, tonight in closed session, General Lease and Settlement Agreement SSS number 03/2025-2026. On a motion made by Trustee Porras, seconded by Trustee Pierce, the motion carried 5-0. Also tonight in closed session, the board took action to approve the grievance settlement agreement, allowing the grievant to take up to 9 days of unpaid leave during the 2025-2026 school year, resolving the claims by employee 245451. On a motion made by Trustee Porras, seconded by Trustee Alvarez, the vote was unanimous. Also in closed session this evening, the board approved the appointment of the following individuals for certificated management positions. For assistant principal at John Glenn Middle School, Debbie Collier, and for the director of child welfare and attendance, Al Percy Bennett. And there is no appointment recommendation at this time for the vacant assistant principal position at Indio High School. That was all made on a motion by Trustee Porras, seconded by Trustee Duran, and it was a unanimous vote.
Suggestions for future agenda items that receive at least 3 votes. Ms. Pierce?
I have none.
Mr. Alvarez? Ms.
I have
Porras?
none.
Mr. Duran?
Yeah, I have, I believe two. One is that I just wanted to follow up on because I said it was so speaker that we'd seen at the,
Yes.
yeah, I understand, but I don't know, I guess I'd like to ask if, I know that we could get into negotiations with them or whatever it is that we need to do. I know you said what you're trying. Okay. So anyway, any updates on that would be nice. And then secondly, if we could get a 2x2 with the city of Indio, I just wanted the community to know that there's a lot of construction that goes on in the valley. And I think for years, as you drive through these construction sites and zones and you'd see signs and they would always say, fines in this traffic area are doubled if you get caught speeding, right? And there's people working on the side of the road. And it occurred to me that, and I'm going to begin, and Indio is not that, we all serve the entire valley, but we get damages done to schools. And, copper thefts, aluminum thefts, et cetera, broken windows. And I know, and Cabinet has worked very diligently. They're already, I know, in the process of putting this together. But I thought maybe a 2x2 together. I have reached out to the city of Indio a little bit just to find out I would like to see a similar statute put up that basically when you break a window at one of our schools, if you steal our copper, if you take the aluminum, that is a crime against children. That is a crime because when you work at a school site and you see that time that is taken away from our staff, our students, and our community's tax-paying dollars, okay, to me, that just is an injustice multiplied. And so fitting should be the consequences. So what it is my hope and desire to do is to work with our folks and hopefully with the cities in this community to say, hey, we are a school-strong community, something to that effect, and when you damage our property, we take it seriously because we are the stewards to the taxpayers, and there is so much disruption. I imagine that any principal in this room would tell you that when they get that call at 4 in the morning or 1 in the morning, and it says we have 7 broken windows or 1 broken window at your school, or somebody took out an air conditioner and now you've got to move the kids or students from room 3 to room 7 because you're trying to juggle and do no disruption of education for your students. So anyway, I just wanted that to be put out there so that you understood fully where at least this person is coming from, because every time I see on a notice or we get an email that says there's damage at such and such school, it's deeper than that. It's the time that security has to go and respond, maintenance has to go, right, and fix and board the windows. There's glass all over. We're put yellow tape. Students have to walk around it. They always ask what happened. You know, we're very good. Everybody's very good about always getting the graffiti off because that's important so that that doesn't perpetuate into the psyche of the children. But at the end of the day, I'm just looking for a 2x2 to meet with those folks in Deal, and I'm willing to meet with any other people. And I know my constituents, they can take the lead if they so desire in their cities. But thank you again, and that's what I'm looking for.
For me, just everything I discussed earlier and just furthering that conversation to make sure that we continue to have better oversight as far as our ELAP sites go. Announcements. Next regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Education is November 18th, 2025 in the District Education Center Boardroom 47950 Dune Palms Road, La Quinta, California. We do not need to reconvene to close session. This meeting is adjourned at 8:52 p.m.